Yeah.
What is your recording process like, man?
Just like I get in the studio real late. I might clock in like at 12 to 1 a.m. sometime.
Probably don't leave till like 7, 8 in the morning.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like vampire hours.
After signing to A$AP Rocky's record label AUG back in 2016 before he ever released his self-titled tape. Wait a damn minute. So Cardi got signed from just being a SoundCloud artist? That's gotta be the greatest investment Rocky has ever made in his career, until he met Rihanna. Anyways, back in 2017, when Cardi broke into the mainstream with hits like Magnolia and Woke Up Like This both climbing the Billboard charts, he would follow up his success on May 11th, 2018 when releasing his debut album, Die Lit. At first, it was receiving a lot of negative reception, due to its overabundance on ad-libs mixed with an unusual trap sound that didn't seem fully accessible to most hip-hop fans. The songs felt like ear candy from just how easy it was to recite the lyrics after just a few plays. After its release, many fans were patiently waiting for Cardi's next album. 2 months later, after Die Lit dropped, Cardi's photographer Gunnar Stahl decided to post a snippet on Twitter. It was Cancun, one of the most praised Cardi leaks of all time, and for good reason. The instrumental sounded like it was ripped straight out of a Sega Genesis. In the infamous "My Stummy Hurt" line was making headlines on articles. This left a great impression towards fans, as it was more or less his usual sound but just slightly tweaked. I'm not entirely sure when this Instagram live took place, but I do have a clip of Cardi saying this. I feel like his sophomore album was gonna be a more traditional follow-up rather than something that completely transcends in its own way. On August 20th, he finally announced the name for his next album. The title being an obvious nod to the Pyru gang that he's mentioned a few times, and a callback to his earlier SoundCloud songs where the covers are blank red. 6 days later, Ian Connor posted a snippet on Instagram called Pop Bottles with a caption saying "Whole Lotta Red." On October 10th, Ian Connor replied to a fan saying Cardi finna drop soon. At the beginning of November during Cardi's Neon tour, he did a live performance of Cancun and 2 new songs, Molly aka No Stylist and New Neon. On December 23rd, French model and actor Luca Sabat alongside with Ian Connor posted themselves dancing to another snippet called Place. A week later, Ian tweeted saying "Whole Lotta Red, best album of 2019. At Virgil Abloh's Fall-Winter 19 fashion show, Cardi made an appearance rocking a new blonde hairstyle, suggesting that a new era was upon us. But then Pierre made a tweet saying "Whole lotta nothing," which is kind of foreshadowing that we didn't get the album this year, but I digress. In March, one of Nudi's affiliates went on Instagram Live and previewed a new Cardi song. This would be the first time fans were hearing Cardi fully utilize his new baby voice, which made it very hard to understand him even more than usual. Even Nudie was completely taken back by Cardi's feature.
When I first heard this shit, I'm like, man, what the fuck is Cardi talking about, man? This nigga sound like a whole damn, that's what I said. I said he sound like a goddamn baby. You feel me? So I had to just keep listening to it. I had to goddamn stick my ear to the damn song and hear what the fuck he was saying and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Once I heard it, I'm like, oh, okay. What kind of factor? It sound kind of, you feel what I'm saying? Like different type shit.
The song ended up snatching #1 on the Spotify charts even though it was illegally uploaded by a leaker. Pierre Bourne would later express his frustration towards Spotify for allowing something like this to happen. He explained that the song's unofficial release made it more difficult to get the sample cleared. Pierre has mentioned that he intended to change the beat so it could possibly come out, but fans were heavily against it. On June 7th, Ian Connor tweeted a picture of a file titled Drake and Cardi Pain 1993. On June 12th, Cardi had an interview with The Fader. During the photo shoot, Cardi would once again change his hair color, this time to burgundy. On June 26th, The Fader reported that multiple leaked songs have appeared on Cardi's official Apple Music page. Speaking of leaks, which I know it hasn't been the main talking point of this video, mainly because I have to bring it up like every 10 seconds. But for now, I want to talk about this one infamous leaker in particular called 2900. When I'm talking about leaks, I'm not just referring to music. This guy has leaked photos from Cardi's iCloud, pictures of him on dates, unheard snippets, and videos of Cardi trying to look like a bad bitch. Cardi would end up replying to one of his posts saying, "Post my dick next." The leaker somehow managed to post Cardi's no-no square on his Instagram story. You can't make the excuse about fans foaming at the mouth for new music. This is a straight up cyber attack. On July 28th, during one of Cardi's concerts, he announced that he's planning on dropping Whole Lotta Red in the next 60 days.
I'm trying to drop my shit in the next 60 days. So I'm gonna do this shit, no features, just R&B.
Many fans believe that he was planning on dropping his album on September 13th. It aligns with the Friday release date, and it also would have been on Cardi's birthday. He really got us with that one. On August 12th, Drake posted himself on Instagram with the caption saying, "Nobody, me, play Whole Lotta Red." Just the usual corny Drake caption, all while tagging Cardi in the post. On October 16th, Cardi posted on Instagram with the caption saying 48 hours locked in, which prompted many fans to believe that we were at least going to get a single, but of course, we got nothing. On January 13th, Playboi Carti did an interview with Culture Kings where he announced that Whole Lotta Red was gonna release this year.
Yeah. When do we get a new album?
Yeah.
This year?
2020
is a year. Of course.
On April 14th, he announced the lead single to Whole Lotta Red titled At Meh, which turned away a lot of fans from his baby voice. I'm not saying the baby voice is bad, but when you compare this song to the older leaks, this one pales in comparison. But 2 days later, he tweeted Monday. Lil Uzi tweeted at Cardi saying, "So you dropping Monday, bet," and posted his own version of the At Meh cover, and spelt Monday the exact same way as Cardi. Fans couldn't keep their excitement as they were waiting to finally hear the duo reunite once again. Surprise, surprise, nothing happened. Funny thing was, a fan commented on Cardi's Instagram post saying, "Cardi, listen, you have disappointed us many times with this album release and we still worship you. We are in fucking quarantine right now, please bless us." Cardi replied saying, "I never left, hey stay with me, I owe you the world and I know it, I love you and everyone and in universe." It's good to know that while Cardi doesn't know how to use autocorrect, at least he's reassuring fans about his absence, even if that means blatantly lying to his fans with no explanation as to why. On April 20th, he tweeted saying, "Red is my favorite album." On May 1st, we finally got to hear Pain 1993, and unfortunately, Cardi's verse wasn't up to par as what fans were expecting. He basically just went full fetus mode, and to add fuel to the fire, Joy Division, who was a part of the Opium Collective, posted a demo version of Pain 1993. The snippet featured an entirely different verse from Cardi. I'm not gonna lie, if this version released, I don't think COVID would have happened. Ian Connor, who used to be Cardi's manager, on Twitter, he explained that it was his idea to change Cardi's verse from the original because apparently he didn't like it, which is absolutely bananas. But I guess when it comes to fashion and music, it's more important to shock people rather than make something that's good. Okay, I'm not gonna pretend to understand Ian's reasoning for doing so. If you're gonna make something for the sake of shock value, make sure it's also good or just plain good. Randomly on June 10th, Iggy Azalea announced the birth of her and Cardi's son. This would cause many fans to clown Cardi for bringing a kid into this world before his own album. But finally, on November 23rd, he announced that the album was turned in. That same day, he had an interview with GQ. Cardi stated that the music he's been making sounds alternative and psyched out. Immediately after the interview, there were pictures being posted of Cardi at a music video shoot. He also went on Instagram Live and started previewing songs that were on the album, one of which was New Tank, and in the snippet he says, "I got me some thoughts, they thought it was gay." Ripped straight out of Shakespeare's Handbook, a masterclass bar from the one and only Sir Cartier. On November 25th, Cardi posted a snippet on Instagram featuring Kanye. On November 27th, Cardi featured on Flex Up alongside with Lil Yachty and Future. And this sound was definitely going to be the one we were going to hear on Whole Lotta Red. It sounded exactly what he described in the GQ interview. On December 12th, DJ Academics tweeted saying, "I literally sold my soul to get this info for Cardi fans, but I'm hearing Cardi album isn't dropping tonight, but will drop on Christmas." And hearing Kanye, the executive producer of it, alongside with Matthew Williams from Da Vinci. That's the gift he got for y'all. On December 16th, Uzi announced that he's on Whole Lotta Red, tracks 3 and 16.
Fuck no, we not on Whole Lotta Red. They talking about ask Uzi if he a whole lot of red.
Yeah, I'm on track 3.
Oh.
See?
Track
See?
3.
Track 3, brother. And track 16, man. Back on the hook. Track 3, track 16.
On December 19th, Cardi tweeted at Travis Scott saying, "Wow, amazing, love this verse, red, red, red." A day later, he made another tweet saying, "My best work yet," and tweeted at Future saying, "Thank you, it's a vibe, red, red, red." On December 22nd, he finally announces the release date for the album, scheduled to drop in 3 days. He also did something that would captivate fans into pure excitement. He tweeted saying Kid Cudi on Kid Cudi, a snippet of Pissy Pamper with the Kid Cudi feature. On December 25th, Cardi took Santa's place and dropped a gift for everyone to hear. Taking a quick glance at the album, we can see that there's a lot of production from Filthy, but little to no from Pierre, despite him saying that they were locked in for the album.
He called me, I sent him some beats after my show. I went to the studio, I made some beats. And then in the morning, so he calls me, I just got up. He's in the studio all night. He's like, "Yeah, I just did all those beats, send me some more." I'm like, "Nah, dog, no, say it ain't so. Like, you did all the beats." He's like, "Yeah, man, send me some more." I'm like, we are working, like, he's in the studio all the time, so I just try to make sure I keep facilitating the beats.
No Travis Scott or Pissy Pamper remix with Cudi. The music video shoot from earlier were never released. The only thing similar we got was Metamorphosis shot inside of a tank that Kanye gifted Cardi. A day later, he announced a deluxe version and asked fans what songs they would like to hear on it. Spoiler alert, that obviously never happened. The years following Whole Lotta Red's release, I genuinely don't think the underground would sound the way that it does if it wasn't for this album. Is it my favorite Cardi album? Hell no. But I highly respect Cardi for turning the tides instead of going with the same formula. If it was up to me, would I choose a more standard follow-up? Of course, but I'll always have Die Lit, self-titled, and the leaks to fall back on. Whatever Cardi does for his next album, I hope it's groundbreaking as Whole Lotta Red, but we'll just have to wait and see. Oh!